Let's play some more baseball today, everybody. How's it going? My name is MrHurriicane. We are playing MLB The Show 21 once again today. Day 2 on the show. Excited to get back to it and play some more games today. If you're watching this after the stream is over, if you scrub through the video, there should be timestamps that can get you to various parts of the video if you want to see certain things I'm going to show off in the stream today. But welcome everybody, time to play some more baseball. Had a lot of fun last night, ready to get after it again today. So how's everyone doing here? It's Saturday, early afternoon. Who stayed up to watch the Padres and Dodgers last night? I did not see the end until this morning. I'm like, what? The Dodgers won by 5? My Twins didn't do too well. I mean, I started watching that after I ended the stream last night, and, you know, they put up 3 runs. They started to get some offense going. Donaldson's looking good, swinging the bat. Everything is just a missile coming off the bat from him. And then this Twins bullpen. Oh, the Twins got to get back to the home run hitting team of 2 years ago if they're going to have a bullpen this poor. Just every night there's someone new just completely dropping the ball. And I wonder, like, of all the Twins losses this year, how many have been come from behind? Because they haven't had a game, I feel, where maybe a couple. I know the Red Sox series was kind of bad, but they're not like giving up runs early and then not being able to catch up. They have led in most of these losses. Dude, Astudillo's their best pitcher. You got Thielbar giving up grand slams. Dobnak has struggled. Colomé has struggled. And then Astudillo comes in, bottom of the 8th inning, and throws a 7-pitch 1-2-3 inning. It's the best inning of relief any reliever's had all year for the Twins. He was throwing 46-mile-per-hour eephus. He had a 71-mile-per-hour fastball. He was changing speeds. Had a couple lineouts. They did hit the ball hard a couple times, but man, it's frustrating watching the team when you have a lead and there's no confidence in keeping it. I have to run to work, so here's some support while I am here. Thanks, Stefan. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for the super chat. So playing today, we're going to play some show. Of course, we're going to play some baseball. And then later today, I will be streaming over on my second channel, Houston Texans franchise preseason, getting to see Shadon Roseman play for the first time. Thought that'd be a fun thing to do. Like, we draft a guy and then first time we see him is in week 1. Nah, I want a little more detail there. So we're going to stream Texans later, and then clips of that stream will be part of the episode that goes up for week 1. But I wanted to stream both today. I was originally going to stream Texans first, but I was all set up. Everything was already set up for MLB. So just kind of path of least resistance there and started out with playing the show, and I'll play Texans later. Yep, playing on PS5. I don't, like, it was super tough to get it back when I got it. I got my PS5 back in December. I can't believe how tough it is still to get this console. Oh, man. I know there's a lot of you still waiting. When can you get a PS5 for just retail price, not 800 bucks? For a timetable on a MLB series, I'm not sure yet. I don't even know what team or anything. There are some people suggesting that I go and play with an expansion team, completely custom. I don't know yet what I want to do. So today, and what I plan on doing for a few days, is just playing around with different teams and just getting used to playing the show again after I didn't really play last year, and I want to get back into franchise form. Also, I wanted to really check out this pinpoint pitching. So this is one of the new features here. I know I'm probably in the way a little bit, but I wanted to practice it. I think, will this allow me to just like practice? Okay, it's practice mode. All right, let's check this out. Trying to find something that's Good for a little background music here. All right, do a home run derby in your stadium. That's kind of a fun idea. All right, Jose Barrios. Why are... I guess I have to turn it on. I thought it was going to hold my hand into, like, practicing the new, type of, pitching, the pinpoint pitching. Because, you know, I like meter, but pinpoint pitching might be something new to try. Might like it more. So... Now, what's that... Okay. See, when I was trying it yesterday, I couldn't keep the ball down. I'm trying to figure out why that's 37% accuracy. Oh, is it because of the timing? I am kind of doing it like as fast as I can. That was 17. I need a tutorial for this. At least they have practice mode here. I can work on it. Yeah, is there a tutorial in the game for doing it? You have to flick it to the last spot right as the pitcher is going to release it. Start by selecting your pitch type and use the left stick to aim. A gesture meter will display with the pattern you have to follow. Use the right stick to follow the pattern as shown while timing your motion with the outer ball icon for a good release point. That did not go where I wanted it to. This is hard. I don't think I'm going to be switching to pinpoint pitching today. Not yet. I wanted to check out something though in the practicing for batting. Okay. This is... I don't know how long this has been in the game. Is this brand new? Because I've always wanted something like this just to, like, calibrate my timing and my swing and everything. Because sometimes I just need to see a few fastballs and get kind of warmed up. So I don't know how long this has been in the game, but this is super nice because, I don't know, maybe a lot of you have this as well, but when I'm playing the show, I'll be like on point for a few days and I'll come back and just something's a little bit off and it's hard to correct whatever's off in a real game setting. I just need to be able to know what's coming and time it up a few times. What's going on, Stats Life? Does the title mean you're going to stream for 48 hours straight? Oh. Not quite. No, but I'll be live today for a while, and then tomorrow. Yeah, this is actually a really cool feature. Thank you, Trivikram. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Hope you're having a great day as well. Stream just getting underway, and it was requested that we do a home run derby in my created stadium from last night. So let's get 2 really good lefties and 2 really good righties, alright? We're just gonna do 4 players here. I think we should have... Let's get Tatis in here. For sure. Where are the Padres at? Why can't I choose Tatis? Where is he at? That's really strange. Yeah, I agree. Let's get Aaron Judge. We need, like, the strongest righties for this ballpark. Aaron Judge. How do I get Tatis? Oh, JD Martinez. That's a good suggestion. Let's do Aaron Judge and JD as the righties. And then for lefties... Oh, Tatis is there now. How come it wasn't listing him on the Padres, though? That's so weird. Corey Seager. So much lefty power in this Dodgers lineup. Alright, we'll put in Corey Seager. And that... I get that he... Well, he's not injured now. He played last night and homered. But why wouldn't he just be listed there? Why do I have to have a live roster for that? Yeah, let's go Freddie Freeman. I pass the Braves? Alright, let's put this in my created stadium. This beautiful ballpark. Two minutes, alright? I'm not even going to play. Like, the CPU can play this out here. We're just going to have some fun. Watch a 4-man home run derby. Who do you think wins, okay? I want to know in the chat right now. We got Aaron Judge, JD Martinez, Corey Seager, and Freddie Freeman in a very ridiculous ballpark that is heavily favored towards left-handed hitters. Can the righties figure this out?
In each round, the contestants will be given 2 minutes to hit as many home runs as possible.
I feel like we're going to see Freddie Freeman win this. I'm going to go with Freddie.
An additional 30 seconds of bonus time. Let's get
So we're going to watch this play out here. 2 minutes for each hitter.
up first in this semifinal.
Out to the Brontosaurus. Freddie Freeman off to a pretty good start. 448 feet. There we go, off the scoreboard. Let's see it. That might be over the scoreboard. 471. Judge has big time oppo power. He might need it for this ballpark. I just don't know if, like, in the home run derby, they're going to want to go oppo often. Oh, he tried to go to center that time. See, if he and Seager can just pull the ball, like, it's pretty unfair. Oh, is he head-to-head with Judge? So we have... Okay, it's not like Freeman versus Seager and then Judge versus JD. Totally forgot about how they've changed the home run derby format over the years. Oh, we don't have time to take pitches. What is this ballpark? It's one I made last night. The thing I've been most looking forward to checking out in this game is the stadium creator. And that's what we did last night. I didn't watch the tutorials or anything, and I managed to you know, figure it out enough to build something. It's ridiculous. I put out like deep fences in left with like 30-foot walls, and then right field is like 8 inches off the ground. I was just messing around. I wanted to make a park that's like, all right, lefties here have it easy, righties have a much harder time, and I created a park that's just ridiculous. And if you hit it to deep left, you're basically guaranteed an inside the park home run. It kind of plays like Polo Grounds, except for it's an unfair ballpark. Like, Polo Grounds is super deep to center, but both of the corners are like 260. So righties can pull it, lefties can pull it. But here, it's a little bit different. So Freeman earned some bonus time, and he's putting up a pretty good score. Would I consider doing an AI played series on my other channel similar to Madden? On here, I just don't think I'd have the time. I only have so much time I can put into these series, so while I think that would be a lot of fun, I'm probably just going to stick to one MLB series, and it's going to be a hybrid series. I talked about this last night. So my plan with my new franchise is to really build upon what I did with the Twins franchise as far as the format goes. You know, I was playing, you know, a feature game for an episode. Sometimes I'd play all 3 games in a series and show you the highlights of all of them. I plan on having episodes that don't look like other episodes. So we'll be able to, you know, come on stream and I'll play a game and include those highlights in the next episode. Okay, can Judge, like, I don't think that's leaving. Nope. Now he's going to try center. That one's probably leaving. But I want to have a format that's super variable, and we'll have episodes that focus on an important series or a key game or a player chasing a milestone, debuts, and just fly around the season with whatever seems to be interesting at that time. And that's what I got to with the Twins. I think what I want to build upon with that is maybe stream it a bit more and include highlights in episodes. And one thing I'd also be interested in doing is streaming and just like watching games play out like this. Like, the show for me is not like the easiest game to stream because you really got to be dialed in to be able to hit, at least for me. So I have to be really focused if I want to not strike out all the time. But I don't mind getting on and like watching a couple of the games play out. We get to hang out and just talk, and I don't have to be like super laser focused on every pitch. So I think the series is going to give you a little bit of everything. We're going to check out prospects in the minor leagues, focus on the critical games, have highlights of other games, and I think that'll be the most fun way to attack it. Yeah, player lock games make sense, like when a guy's on a hot streak or a cold streak, or you want to you know, show the debut of a player, but maybe show more than just one game worth of at-bats. And a big part of it, too, is like, you know, I don't want it to take a huge amount of time to make every episode. There's a sweet spot for, like, time that I like for gameplay and editing and everything. And going into player lock for a couple games saves a lot of time. Another thing I can do is I've done this on my second channel in Super Mega Baseball, but I can literally like be doing something else, having a game play itself out in the background, and then, you know, it's just there. I'm not focused on it when it's done. I'll find the highlights and include it in the next episode. I'm gonna sim games anyway, so why not have the CPU literally play some out that I can show you the highlights of, and just include a little more content that way. No, Dylan, I do not have a Discord. How deep is left? I didn't get measurements of that. I used some template, and then I was like dragging the fence all over the place, so I don't know, but left field's gotta be 450-ish or something. It's too deep. That's why we see inside the park home runs. Is that one foul? What's the best way to play franchise mode on your own? I'm trying to get back into it. Honestly, what I think I just described is the most fun way to get through it and not lose interest. Be comfortable simulating. I mean, yeah, play opening day every year, play the first few games, and then just start simming. Maybe you play one game in every series. You know, pay attention to the box scores when you sim, check out the stats. You can play a couple player lock games to just change it up and get through some games faster. Maybe you just play as your best player for a few games. I think always switching it up, if you're not sure what to do, is probably a good idea, and you'll find out what you like. Some people want to play every pitch of every game, but if you're wondering how to have fun with it, I imagine you want something a bit more variable. And that's where I think what I'm doing is kind of an enjoyable experience. And it doesn't take, you know, months and months to get through a season that way. Definitely don't feel like you have to play literally everything. I play opening day, important games, key series, all the playoffs. But you know, that random series in June? Simulate it if you don't want to play it. Get to what you do want to play. With SMB3, I will look to bring that back soon on the second channel. I'm just focused on the show right now and the Kalispell Mega episodes. So once I get a couple things taken care of, I will resume that on the second channel. I personally like the realism and challenge behind AI-controlled games. I'm right there with you, Jack. I mean, I found that out on my second channel doing my rebuild when it started out with the Browns. It was like, wait a minute. I'm not even playing the games, and I'm having equal or more fun. Why is that? I just love the managerial side of the game, and when it comes to sports games for me, I enjoy the strategy element over the skill element. I don't care about like being really good at the game. I care about having a franchise that's really fun, that has, you know, players developing and has just a bunch of storylines and everything. Like, that's why I play sports games. Not to be good or beat somebody. Like, winning a Super Bowl or a World Series isn't even my goal in a franchise. My goal is to just experience the entire thing, and hopefully, you know, championships are a part of it, but it's way more than that. It's the journey, not the destination, when it comes to me and franchise. I don't have to play the game at all to have fun. Just look at my second channel. So I wasn't paying a ton of attention there. I need to see the leaderboard. So Freeman's already moved on. Now we have Seager and Martinez. He's got to beat 13. Oh, you almost got it. Would I consider creating my own MLB franchise to build up, like with Kalispell or NCAA for franchise? Considering it, Mark. I don't know yet. I'll probably check out the creator. Do I want to do a brand new expansion style team or do something existing? I really don't know yet. But, you know, the more feedback I get, the easier it'll be to make my decision. Thinking of doing a Mariners franchise on the show. Any thoughts? Oh, definitely. That's a great team to pick. Maybe build them a new stadium, and there's a lot of rebuilding to do. And there are a few fun players as well. Like, it's not a boring lineup top to bottom. Kyle Lewis has been injured, right? Yeah. He's close to making his debut. But even without Kyle Lewis, I mean, they got Kyle Seager, Mitch Haniger is back, Taylor Trammell. So there's a lot of work to do, but the fun franchise teams, I think, are the ones that give you a few players that you're going to have fun with while you build. Maybe you want more of like a blank slate team, which I would think more like Arizona, where there's, I think, a little bit less exciting young talent to build around. Like for me, Arizona would be like, you know, okay, Colt Calhoun, he'll hit some home runs, but who's the next guy coming up, you know?
That one is gone.
Which city needs an expansion team the most? I don't know. Yeah, LaCastro's pretty fast, so you'd have like a guy to get infield singles with and maybe a couple triples every now and then. Who's your top 5 players playing right now? I'm not very good at these questions. Questions like this.
And that ends the round.
Corey Seager advances.
With a total of 4 home runs.
Top 5 players.
And that won't be enough to advance. Unfortunately, he has been eliminated.
So we do get the lefties going head to head, like we expected. Way more home runs. Seager had the most in round 1. Top 5 players, though.
Hitting first in this championship round, number 5.
First player that comes to mind is probably Mookie Betts, just one of the most well-rounded players in the whole game.
The clock is running, and the round
Probably never going to lead the league in home runs or anything like that, but I think there's an easy argument for Mookie Betts in the top 5.
no question about that one.
And then I'd have to probably, are you including pitchers? Because, you know, Shane Bieber has just been unstoppable for a while now. One of the most dominant pitchers in the game, right off the barbecue. Then I'd probably have somebody like Ronald Acuna. And he's off to an incredible start. Every day, it's either a home run or like yesterday, he had the 2 RBI single. Just, Braves started super slow, but bat's starting to come around, especially with him. Obviously, Trout. I mean, with him and Mookie Betts, you know, you're just getting, you know, great players in all facets of the game. And then probably, yeah, I'd say probably get DeGrom in there too. Wish the Mets could give him a little more run support so he could get those W's up, but DeGrom's pretty nasty.
30 seconds left.
So that's what's comes to my mind, but I do follow baseball, but I don't know that I follow it close enough to like be confident in like my top 5 guys. But I think that's a pretty decent list. Who's my favorite MLB player? That'd have to be Byron Buxton. Growing up, and still, like my favorite player of all time is Torrey Hunter for the Twins. I'm a Twins fan.
9 home runs.
Torrey's defense was always exciting to watch. He was a good hitter as well, good for 20, 30 home runs a year most of the time. Really sad to see him go to the Angels all those years ago. But with Buxton, I mean, his speed and now the bat coming around, his defense is by far the most fun to watch in the sport, I think. I always like watching outfielders over infielders. Just a preference. And Buxton, I mean, just all the value he makes with his speed. What he's able to do defensively as a top tier outfielder. What he does, you know, every single becomes a double. And now you got the power coming around for him. All the extra base hits. He's my favorite player right now. Sox beating the Twins today. They play the Angels. I think they're playing Jose Quintana. It should be a game. Or no, not, is it Jose Quintana? I was getting really confused. Yeah, I think it has to be. All right, Seager's got to beat 11, by the way. Freeman had, I think, 11 twice.
His third consecutive home run.
At the plate, Quintana. Matt Shoemaker on the mound. Okay. If you do a custom franchise team, can they be from Las Vegas? I don't know what area I would pick yet. That'd probably be a good consideration, though. Not sure I could build something as nice as the football stadium there, but, you know, I could come up with something interesting. Just put it out in the desert with no scenery, just in the middle of the desert. I'm considering for a rebuild teams like the Mariners, Rangers, Orioles, Marlins. Played with the Rangers yesterday, Diamondbacks as well. Probably even San Francisco and Colorado. I mean, the NL West is intriguing to me because no matter what, like if you're building up the Giants, the Rockies, the Diamondbacks, you're looking up at the Dodgers and Padres probably for a long time. So I always like playing in competitive divisions or divisions where it's going to be hard to get to the top. Is the stadium creator as good as you thought it was going to be? Yes. I don't even know exactly what I'm doing, and I really enjoyed it. Oh, wow. Seager's going to run out of time here, or he has the bonus. That's a big miss. He would have been one off if that was a home run, and now he's got 30 seconds, 2 to tie it. Looks like this one is going to hook, and it is fair, I think. So Seager down by 1, 20 seconds to go. Drive to right center. Does it have enough? Looks like it. Tied up. He might have 1 or 2 more swings. This is for the win. Seager rips this one, and it's going to get over the barbecue. And that's the home run derby right there. So, Corey Seager gets the win. My pick was Freeman. But Corey Seager wins the first ridiculous ballpark derby. Alright, I wanted to just play some games now. Let's do a live roster game. Kane, are the Pirates a good choice for a fun and realistic franchise? By the way, love you, you're the best, and you got me into franchise. Keep it up. Love to hear it. Thank you for the super chat and the kind words. And definitely, Pirates, I mean, if you want more of a challenge and a tougher team to build, I think that the Pirates are a really good option. They play the Brewers today. I don't want to play against the Brewers right now because I just don't want to hit against their pitching. I think I might play this one here. Giants and the Marlins. I kind of wanted to play with Miami. So who's pitching for the Giants? This is a live rosters game, by the way. Retractable roof. Open. Sandy Alcantara on the mound. Marlins coming off a win last night. Got a big home run from Starling Marte. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I wanted to play with Miami, Michael, so I can play with Jazz Chisholm.
Leading off for the Giants, the left fielder.
All right.
Mike Yastrzemski.
Mike Yastrzemski. I really liked watching him play last year. I watched so many Giants games just because late at night, that's what's on. West Coast baseball. I'll have to go through some of their uniform selection. They're your favorite? That is driven hard into left field. Yastrzemski aboard. There goes the perfect game.
Batting second, the catcher, number 28, Buster.
Are these stats all like the real stats from right now in the real season? I guess there's an easy way for me to find out. I have a computer. This is going out to left field here. And that's the first out. Yes, this is on PS5, Tavon. This is the PlayStation 5 version. I have not played with it at 60 frames yet. My capture card right now is set up to only record at 30, so I haven't played it at a smooth 60. But that's a lot of motivation for wanting to check that out. I might be able to get 260 frames. I think it would make hitting, honestly, easier. Just the more frames, the better. So they're hitting the ball pretty hard here. Brandon Belt with an Oppo double. And now Evan Longoria is playing pretty well this season. So these are all the season stats here then, huh? That's pretty sweet. I just want to pull it up. Like, it's updated from even last night. Longoria hitting 317. Checking out the Giants stats right now. Longoria's hitting 317. Yep. Perfectly up to date. See, last night I was pitching with Dane Dunning, a sinker ball pitcher, and I couldn't keep the ball on the ground, and I'm already off to the same problems here today. Uniforms always play a massive part for my franchise teams. Oh, I don't blame you. There are some teams I'd like to play with for a series, mostly because of uniforms, like the Seahawks. I've never done a series with them, but I like their uniforms. Oh, that is clobbered to left field, and we're not bringing this one back. This is a rough start for Alcantara. Pirates would be a fun rebuild. Cabrian Hayes would be a lot of fun to see develop as well, definitely. And having top prospects to play with that is definitely a big part of what goes into my choice. I like having a couple players to build around. When I had the Twins, I mean, I had Sano and Buxton and Barrios. So, could we just get some ground balls? Not the ideal start, no. Not at all. There we go, good slider. Want to go change up low? Not that low. I do take the catcher recommendations a lot. In the air to right. Oh. I thought he was going... He didn't, like, start moving on his own. Okay, should have been an easy out. Still kind of getting used to the fielding in this game, too. I'll take a ground ball anywhere at this point. 4-0 in the first. Oh, left it up. Gotta play it home, though. Oh, that took forever. No! He played that. Got it so quickly, I thought we'd get the out at home. I can't keep the ball down, though. There we go. Curveball on the outside. Yeah, the Rockies, I think, would be really fun. Watch a lot of Rockies games, too. There we go. That's only the second out, though.
Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 6, Steven.
There we go. What's going on, DJ South? How you doing? Have I tried the new pitching mode? I have, but I have not really figured it out yet. I was practicing it earlier, and Wasn't really figuring it out quickly, so I decided to go back to the meter. But I want to try it out a bit more. All right, who's on the mound here? Kevin Gossman. Okay. Fastball, splitter, slider, two-seam. Okay. Got to be ready for mid-90s and low to mid-80s. Wow. Who would I do a franchise with out of those teams? Giants, Rockies, and Diamondbacks? If you want a greater project, maybe go with the Diamondbacks. If you want to games with a lot of home runs, pick the Rockies. Way ahead of that one. On the ground to short. Easy.
Batting second, the center fielder, Starling Marte.
All right, Starling Marte has some power. Ooh. Didn't miss it by much. That ran up to 98. The Angels would be a fun team too. Oh, wow. Yeah, the Angels, I mean, they still need a little bit of help to get over the edge. But, I mean, you get to play with Trout and Ohtani. Doesn't get much more fun than that. Yeah, doing pretty well, Mega Muffin. Just chilling here, playing some show and relaxing, pretty much. As much as you can relax down 4-0 in the first inning here. This is not franchise, no. I'm just messing around in a play now game. Just working on getting my camera settings and everything down and getting used to playing the game again. Didn't play it much last year. Trying to get my swing timing down again. Alright, working the count full here. Trying to get our first base runner with 2 outs. Take that high. You're the reason I don't hate the Vikings anymore. Oh. Ah, I like that first pitch. Duvall, just a lazy fly to left. Here we go. We got to get Gossman out, right? I have thought about checking out NHL, yes. I like a lot of the stuff that they've done with their franchise mode. Ooh. There we go. We can turn this start around. Second strikeout for Alcantara. And now back to the top where things got off to a rough start. Here's Mike Yastrzemski. Ooh, reaching for it. 98 from Alcantara, third strikeout. Trying to get that 1-2-3. Nope, Kalispell video is not out yet. I was hoping to have it out before the show came out, but could not. That's a nice catch. What I've had trouble with so far playing in this game between last night and today is just everything put in play is a hit. Like that one. 6 speed though. We got him. Oh no.
The first baseman, number 9, Brandon Belt.
Come on, just hit the sinker to second base. Oh, come on. How do we wrap up this inning? Change up? Like that pitch. That sinker did not sink. A double and a home run now for Brandon Belt. I'm having a lot of trouble pitching.
Up next to the job, the third baseman, Evan Longoria.
When I was doing the Twins franchise, I found the pitching to be pretty easy. Not having an easy time here. So, pretty good start for Brandon Belt. Can we answer with anything here? We got Brian Anderson.
Third baseman, Brian Anderson.
Yeah, I have, James. I answered a similar question earlier. I just don't think I have the time to do it in addition to a regular franchise. Unfortunately. I think it would be fun, though. Ah. All right, here we go. We got Jazz Chisholm at the plate. 294 average this season.
Chisholm.
3 doubles on the season. And now a drive into right field. That one has too much hang time. What camera angle is this once the ball is hit? I think I did set it to retro. Still trying to get my cameras down. There's so many things you can toggle here. In-play view offense. We can try dynamic.
The shortstop.
I mainly changed it because I didn't like the fielding the way it was. Oh yeah, Twins had a rough one last night. It was interesting for a while, and then Justin Upton hit that grand slam. The other way now. This one has a chance, and it's caught! What a diving play! Wow, to end the inning. Taking it away. That was going to be fair. Determined to get like a 1-2-3 inning here. I don't even want strikeouts. I literally just want to get some ground ball outs. I feel like every time the ball's in play, like, I already lost. I don't want that. I want it on the ground.
Now batting, the second baseman, Wilmer Flores.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just going to be a stream for the Texans later today. I think it'll be fun. Because otherwise, I'd just be simulating the preseason, and we would never see those games for Rosemond or anything. So, just wanted the stream to have some fun. I thought it'd be an enjoyable thing for everybody to do. In the air. Alright, how do we get the ball on the ground. I need to know how we can get the ball on the ground. Maybe I gotta be a little more creative with where I'm throwing my pitches. I saw my like 40-something strikes and like 16 balls. Maybe I'm just throwing it everything's in the zone and too hittable. Come on, all the slow rollers are getting through. That stream will probably be like 20-30 minutes after this stream, so you'll have an idea once this is over. Another fly ball. Oh boy. Big difference from last gen. I haven't really compared them or anything. I think it looks really good. Also haven't seen last gen. Eighteen strikes to 11 balls, 29 pitches. All right, we've gotten some full counts here. We got to get some base runners. Alfaro with a drive, and we're on the board. Gave me the meatball 3-2. .102.6 exit velocity. It's something.
The pitcher, Alcantara.
No, this isn't moments. We're playing just play now, live exhibition stuff. I kind of wanted to check out the moments. That could be cool. I have like no interest in swinging at any of these. I just kind of want him to use up his pitches. I'll swing with 2 strikes. I haven't really seen the Reds a lot. So I haven't really watched Jonathan India. I know that his stats are really good on the season. I know he has a lot of RBIs. Especially for a guy batting late in the order.
The left fielder, number 23, Corey Dickerson.
2018 Gold Glove Award winner, Corey Dickerson. Oh my. That's pretty cool. Grew up in your city. You played Little League with him. What stat do you value most in a hitter? I'm not sure if there's one that really stands out. Because it's good to know, you know, an idea of how much power a guy has, and an idea of how often he can reach the base. So I usually look for a combination of a couple. That's a drive. And that one is headed, thought it might go a little bit further. I've always liked the isolated power sabermetric though. Like if I can have that and WOBA, weighted on base average, combination of those two usually is sufficient for what I'm looking for. For pitching, I'm still getting more familiar with those, but I think I like Sierra the most. Because I believe Sierra weighs types of outs differently. And then you have like XFIP and FIP that really just focus on strikeouts, walks, home runs with like defense completely out of the equation. I like more complete stats. I think I'm playing on All-Star. I haven't played the show in a year, so just kind of getting back to it. I knew my swinging was going to need some time to get right again, so I didn't think my pitching would be this bad, though. I'm getting strikeouts, but in play, I am not getting, like, weak ground balls. I like Kirilloff a lot. I really want the Twins to play him every day. I'd rather see him get at-bats and his experience over a guy like Jake Cave, who I think should just kind of be coming off the bench. How come everything is just getting destroyed? Like, I think I'm throwing some pretty good pitches. I'm against the Giants. I think we have to go to the bullpen. At least get someone warm. Oh yeah, vision's everything when hitting. And to have the right plate vision, you need, you know, you just gotta play, first off, but you also have to be on like the right camera and know kind of what to look for when you're timing everything up. There's an art to it. I think in my next game I might pitch with like someone higher rated just so I can see if I can get some better ground ball outs. Like that was solid right there. What do I think about the Mets this year? I think I haven't seen them play very much because they've had so many postponed games. But I mean, they have pretty bad offense right now and pretty good pitching.
The first baseman, Jesus Aguilar.
I know Lindor's off to a bit of a slow start with them. I mean, he's changing leagues, so it's not totally unexpected. Back up the middle. There's a destroyed base hit for Aguilar.
The right fielder, number 14.
The Mets aren't even playing today, are they? How much did it snow in Denver? I imagine the Mets, DJ South, play the fastest games in the league because their pitching is so good. Like, DeGrom just goes through those innings. Bullpen's pretty good. And then the offense just does nothing. There's your pace of play right there. Ah, that was gonna be a little high.
Now batting, third baseman, Brian
Yeah, I like Marcus Stroman. I wonder if I can keep the ball on the ground with him. I cannot pitch with sinker ball pitchers in this game so far. Snowed 2 to 3 inches, give or take. Is it still on the ground? Got jammed a bit there, but it's an ugly single. A single nonetheless. Because, let's see. Yep, postponed again today. Is it another, like, snow out? Mets and Rockies have a doubleheader today? Is that going to play? Because on Baseball Reference, I have all the games today pulled up, and it says postponed. Whoops. Oh, yeah, they got games later on. 4:10. And then a game after that. So it's like an afternoon-night doubleheader. Interesting. On the grass, but the streets are clear. All right, must be at least mid-30s or 40s then. And if they're not playing until later in the day and temperatures are above freezing for most of the day, then there shouldn't be any snow on the field. It's unfortunate how much I know about snow and cold weather, but I don't live in that anymore. I did for about 5 days, though. Polar vortex. All right, 3-2. Gotta make something happen here. Jazz Chisholm. On the ground, this could be 2. They got 1. Doubled up. End of the inning. I was at the Mets doubleheader versus the Phillies this past week. The problem is they can't drive guys in when they do get them on. I like a lot of their players on offense. It's kind of, you know, I feel like they have enough talent to get some runs on the board. I know, like, Brandon Nimmo has a really high average right now, and Alonso obviously has the power. I think Lindor adds a little bit more consistency. Like, you're not probably going to see the super high home runs from him all the time, but I think a guy like Lindor stabilizes the lineup. A good switch hitter who does have power, who will probably hit for a little bit higher average as well, and I think that offense needed the guy like him. And some teams, for whatever reason, they get better or worse with runners in scoring position. And that's one of the things I've never really fully understood. Like, with a large sample of it happening, how does your batting average significantly drop in those circumstances? What do you think can make baseball more popular? That's a great question. I'm not sure I know the answer. I think, like, over the years, their marketing has been pretty weak. You know, growing up, I mean, baseball was pretty big as far as, like, pop culture goes, and they did a good job of advertising the stars. Like, I remember, you know, Sammy Sosa, watching Barry Bonds go for the home run record. I don't know. Baseball feels like its own self-contained universe, to an extent. Honestly, I don't watch baseball, but I love the show. I think there are a lot of people like that who are, like, you know, interested in baseball. Maybe they don't want to sit down and watch, you know, 3-4 hour games, but the game is super fun to play. Like, the show is always really fun. Ah, a bit early. Any thoughts on the Red Sox? Yeah, they're hitting too much right now. Like, first few games of the year, they weren't very good, and now they're just piling on the runs every day. JD Martinez hitting so much better than he did in the shortened season last year. Devers had the nice home run streak. Actually, had a check swing right there.
Now batting, catcher, Jorge Alfaro.
Did I watch the Masters? Zach, I wanted to. I really wanted to watch Matsuyama's run. I don't really know a lot about golf, but I've gotten a little bit more interested in it the last couple of years. And they had something on TV before the Masters began. Like, I thought I was going to watch the Masters. I was working on stuff last Sunday, and I had it on my second monitor, and it was just everybody talking for like 2 hours. And then at like noon, I had a bunch of stuff to do, and I decided oh, I should check in with it around like 6, and it was over. So it was all during the day. I gotta do a better job of clearing out time, I guess, for stuff like that. That's part of why I never get to watch as much college football as I want to. I got too much to do. Oh, a perfect swing. I've never seen that. That's my first perfect swing. But I do feel myself getting more comfortable here, especially hitting Gossman's fastball. Can you play with the Angels next? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Pitch and hit with Shohei Ohtani. Let's do it.
Number 26, Garrett Cooper.
Do I watch the Pat McAfee show? I don't sit down to watch it. I'll see some of the clips, and Pat's hilarious. But I don't watch full episodes or anything. Are you gonna do a franchise mode? Yes, Randall. I am still figuring out who it's gonna be with and everything, but I will do a franchise on this game. Trying to claw back into this one. Cooper hits it out to right field, but it's an easy play. You should play in Coors with the Angels. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do Angels at Rockies next game. Oh, a towering blast. Please stay fair. Dickerson hits one. Oh, I think that's wide. Oh, man. It's a home run. There is a created team in this game, yes. And created stadium. I think it was a foul. Is your camera covering the base running display? It might be. I was trying to find the best place to put it for playing the show. Let's see how foul this was. Inverted camera controls, that's gonna mess me up for a while. Oh, come on. DJ Self, you said foul by inches, literally, that's what we're talking about here. Can it get closer without being a home run? Come on. I hope I'm not in the way here or anything. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Oh, boy. Due down here in the 5th. Now we're going to keep it fair, but it's also going to be an easy play. That'd be a 10-minute video review. Exactly. I'm curious, what do you all think about the extra inning runner on second rule? That's been a big conversation topic.
Now pitching for the Marlins.
That foul ball might be as painful as 28-3. Hope you're doing well, Kane. Thank you, Danny, for the 5. I appreciate that. No, 28-3 is much more painful. I'm already down 6-1 here. Yeah, like, I understand wanting to end extra inning games earlier, and I think there are some good arguments for that. You know, it's probably better for the game if teams aren't emptying out their bullpens and whatnot in these games like this. But I think if you want to have the extra inning rule with a runner on second, to me, you should start that in the 13th inning, because that would mean you'd have 3 extra innings, so you at least get through the batting order a full time for each team before you go to an extreme of putting a runner on second base. I think one of the things that it hurts, as that's a bunt for a hit, really good bunt, I think it really cheapens the drama of extra inning baseball in a big way. Another bunt. He can't be safe. I just got juked by Kevin Gossman. There's no way. I ran to him because I wanted the tag. They clipped through each other. I don't know. That's back-to-back bunt singles, I guess. I would think, you know, after 3 regular extra innings, then it makes some sense. To me, it is the baseball equivalent of the college football overtime, which everybody loves, where the field is shortened and you're playing now trying to get, you know, from like the 25 or whatever it is to the end zone. That's the same thing as already having a runner in scoring position. A single scores a run. In college, you can just kick a field goal from a starting spot. And to me, it's a lot more unsatisfying to have games decided under those circumstances. Personally, I would change, well, I would leave college football alone because people love it, but if the NFL were to ever adopt a college football-like overtime, I would want teams starting at their own 25 and not the opposing 25 or 35, whatever it is. Sunset looks cool. Because under this rule and in like college, you're earning the score because you're literally scoring a run or a touchdown in the case of football, but you're not earning the step that gets you there. It's just kind of given to you. And that's weird for sports. That's a weird dynamic, I think, in sports. The rule put a runner in scoring position. The rule put you in range for a quick 2-play touchdown drive.
The first baseman, Jesus Aguilar.
Oh, I like that fastball. It's counted as an unearned run. Yeah, there are things you can do with like this the statistical aspect of it. But how about the entertainment value of it? I think it's a fair compromise to have it start in the 13th. Ah. Couldn't make him pay for that one. Like I said earlier, if you started it in the 13th inning, that means you get 3 extra innings of baseball under classic rules, get entirely through the order, and if at that point it's still not done, yeah, let's hurry up and get the game over with. A hair early there. In football, I think overtimes need to go to a happy medium from both NFL and NCAA. To me, that would just be like guaranteed possessions. You start at your own 30 or 40-yard line or something like that. I get, like, the point of overtime is to, you know, find a winner in a quick way. Like, the game is designed to go 60 minutes or 9 innings. And now you just want to get a winner. Ground ball. Got a chance here. Only 20 speed.
The batter, the third baseman. The batter, number 7, shortstop, Donovan Solano.
Yeah, injuries are always something you have to consider, and I think that part of the extra inning rule in baseball is to protect bullpens and not have these marathon games. And, you know, baseball, they're playing 6 games a week most of the time, so you don't want, like, you know, a game to run 2 hours past what people expected, and then they play again at, you know, 12 o'clock the next day. That can lead to injuries, too. You know no one's getting a good night's rest after that.
Leading off for the Marlins, the third baseman, Ryan
New pitcher in the game.
Anderson.
Sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I guess it is 7th inning stretch time. We're flying through these innings all of a sudden. Gave up 6 early. Braves or Padres, what team do I like better? I would prefer Padres. I think their lineup 1 through 9 is much better. And, I mean, the pitching the Padres have accumulated, pretty good. But the Braves, I think, is just, you're so reliant on Acuna, Freeman, and Ozuna. And every team is built around, you know, their top and middle of the order. But the Padres can just stretch it a bit more. They have Machado and Tatis, obviously, Eric Hosmer, and then Will Myers is going to hit some home runs, Cronenworth, Grisham. I liked it last year when they had Mitch Moreland, too. Last night, you had Jerks and Profar coming through with a big hit.
Now batting, the shortstop, Miguel Rojas.
Am I using directional? Yep, directional timing is how I play this game. I tried for years to do like the PCI and aim with the left stick, but I'm just not good enough to do it. I tried for a few years, and eventually I got tired of striking out all the time. Now I just strike out half the time. Oh yeah, the Braves have some guys that are going to probably make an impact this year and whatnot. Obviously Christian Pache, and I know they have another outfield prospect that's coming up. But I'm just talking about at their current state, basically. It's hard, but if you get it down, you hit so much better. Possibly, but I'm talking about years of trying. Now, I wasn't playing year-round, but, I mean, I would sit down and play for a while with each game, and I just could not get comfortable with it. I haven't tried in a while. I mean, I'm not against trying it again. I just don't think I would enjoy it as much. Plus, I would have to think that the style of hitting that I do ends up being the most ratings-based way to play. There's a lot less user input. It's just timing the swing. There's so much more that I think can just be covered by player ratings, and that's typically what I'm looking for. I want a simulation experience where I have some control, not all. Have a good lunch, man. Hope you have a good day. Glad you could be part of the stream today. On the stream yesterday, as that's going to get through, I did include timestamps. I want to start doing that for my live streams here, so that if you sit down and there's something you want to see, you don't gotta go looking for it or just give up entirely. So I'll add that to this video, this stream as well. That'll be nice, especially for like off seasons. Nice. I've had a much better time pitching with Simber. What's his 22 to 5. Like, I'm still throwing too much in the zone. I'm not getting any chased bad contact. I think that's a big part of why everything feels like it's just easily hittable. So I'm only throwing strikes. You like the timestamps? Awesome. I included those, just trying to make the streams more efficient for everybody to watch. Nice play by Chisholm, but off the bag at first. A run scores. How about the Cubs of the Red Sox? Right now, I kind of like the Red Sox offense a little bit more. Yeah, the East is really surprising me because the Rays have been super inconsistent with their hitting. Like, they did not do well in that series against the Tigers. And then yesterday, they put it together, had a good day as that gets smoked into left. Gonna have a play at the plate most likely, and a run scores. And then the Yankees, like, nothing is really going well for them right now. The Red Sox, they started out kind of looking like last year, and then they started just pouring on the runs. You got JD back in top form. Devers playing really well. Fouling everything off. You know what they say, sometimes it's good to get your teeth kicked in by a below-average Giants team. That's what I always say.
Your attention, please.
I mean, I gotta think eventually the Yankees offense comes around. I'm not as familiar with their pitching roster right now. But I mean, offensively, they should end up playing, you know, pretty well. It's still a good lineup. I only have 4 hits in this game. Hopefully I can do better with the Angels. Gonna play one more after this. Angels and Rockies. Shohei Ohtani on the mound. We'll pinch hit after this. We draw the walk. Oh, we just had a long conversation actually about extra innings, Jeff. I don't think anybody here really likes the extra inning rule. My idea was a compromise to say that maybe they should just have the extra inning rule come into effect in the 13th inning and go through 3 innings of traditional extra inning play before going to that. That way you get through everybody's order guaranteed, and the game can still end in a way that I think people find more entertaining. But then if the game is going to stretch further than that, then I think it's a reasonable compromise to say, okay, you couldn't figure it out in 13 innings. We're going to put a man on second. Almost done here in this game. And that is driven a long way to left, or not that long. Is it just me, or does like the perspective of everything with the camera make the field seem like it's so big? Dribbler back to the pitcher. Gonna get one easily. I don't know who the series team is going to be yet. No decision. Oh, man. I want to clobber one here with Marte. No. Gotta lay off that curve. Haven't seen a lot of curveballs in this game. Gotta pick a team that's never won a World Series. Who are all the teams that haven't won one? If Kalispell were a real university, where would you compare them to? Probably Boise State. Similar region of the country, another lower population area, and you know, just kind of happening to have a really good football team, despite not being like a huge university or anything. Obviously, like success-wise, we surpassed Boise State. We became a little bit of an Alabama there. Oh, no! I'm all over the place here with my timing. Tigers, Rockies, Rays, Mariners, Padres. I wouldn't think Kwity Paye's in play for the first round, Jeff. I really think that after spending the entire free agency on defense, that they're going to be going offense more in the draft. And I think right now, I mean, I'm still hoping it's an offensive lineman. I have no idea what their plans are with Ezra Cleveland, but there's so many good tackles in this class that I don't think they can afford to pass. And I don't think they have to necessarily find like the perfect scheme fit. Just get a really good tackle. Like, I think my dream pick right now, realistically speaking, is probably somebody like Christian Darrisaw. Might be like second, third tackle off the board. I think Sewell and Slater are long gone by 14. But perhaps Darrisaw is there, and they can get a much-needed offensive line upgrade. Rays, Rockies, Mariners, Rangers, Brewers, Padres. A lot of those teams are still not that good. They're going to get 10. You rock, bro. Been rocking with your channel for years. I'm going to do a dynasty with Boise State like you did with Kalispell. Love it, Raymond. Play on that blue turf.
The center fielder, Mauricio.
Play in the Mountain West. Maybe you graduate one day to the Pac-12. That was the Kalispell game plan right there. My favorite baseball team is the Minnesota Twins, who have been kind of frustrating to watch this year. But I'm hopeful they will eventually not lose every game after blowing a 7th inning lead. I personally can't see the Vikings trading for Orlando Brown. I just don't think, for one, they want to give up what it takes. Because I'm thinking it's a first plus. And what's the plus? Because they already don't have a 2nd round pick this year. Nice catch. And I think that the roster isn't as deep as it was before. So I think you need to keep some of these mid-round picks to add depth. I just don't think that they're a very good team to trade for Brown. And then his salary. I mean, this team is already, like, broke. They can't afford to do much more. Yeah, rush hour. Not going to speculate on that. Pretty serious stuff. Got to see everything play out there. All right, one more half inning, and then we'll play a new game, and hopefully we'll be a little bit more competitive. Favorite football team, the Minnesota Vikings. I don't think I've made that key trade in the Texans franchise because I think those are moves you make when you're, like, very close to being a top-tier team. I don't think you make that trade to become just a contender. I always felt like we're too far away to make a move like that. Ripped that one. Who do you think Carolina will pick now that they have Sam Darnold? I think their dream scenario is Kyle Pitts is available at 8, and I don't think that's going to happen. I will put out my mock draft again, like I always do, and I can't see me having Pitts drop past 4. I don't think I can. I think for them, offensive line is probably going to be a priority. I think Rashawn Slater makes a lot of sense. I haven't really seen this mock to them either, but I think a corner makes a lot of sense for them. Maybe they can move down and still get a corner. Like, if they could build upon the defense, they did a couple things well last year, and they have a couple players I like a lot. But imagine that defense if they could add, like, Patrick Surtain. Thoughts on the Bears signing Andy Dalton? At least it wasn't super expensive, and you have cap space to do more. It's obvious they're not trying to win with offense. They just want to be able to stay afloat and score 23 points. And hopefully get enough wins to keep Pace's job. So, Kane, would you recommend getting this for Xbox One and then getting the upgrade to Series X? I know you're PS5, but that's all I got at the moment. I don't know all the differences between the generations. I don't believe that Xbox One and PS4 have Create a Stadium. But if you're planning on getting another console, I don't think it would really hurt. I believe the upgrade... Is the upgrade free to go from PS4 MLB to PS5?
The batter, number 2.
What team for franchise? I don't know who my team is yet, Eli. Everybody wants to know, but I have not decided. Up to Jazz Chisholm. How many games do you jump into? I'm just going to play a couple today. And then come back in a little bit and stream some Madden on the second channel. I know I'm getting the question a lot. I don't mind. I mean, people are excited about it, and not everybody's here to see the previous person ask. It shows people want it, so I'm lucky enough to be able to make content like this. I don't mind repeat questions. It's not a big deal. Yep, there will be some more NFL head coach, just not at the moment. Got some things I'm focused on now with baseball season. What am I streaming over there? So we're going to be doing Texans franchise preseason stream. We haven't done that before, but we have a new quarterback, and I want to see him play in the preseason and get a look at some backups there. So it'll give us some highlights to include in the Week 1 episode. I just think it'll be a lot of fun to do it, and it's the right time with us having a brand new quarterback to play with and debut. Do I like the Royals? I'm not a Royals fan. I'm a Twins fan, so I'm very much not a Royals fan. All right, Colorado and the Angels. I want to play at 7 p.m. Yeah. And I want Shohei Ohtani on the mound. Hopefully I can keep the ball in the ballpark. I know it won't be easy playing here. Well, I'm going to be hitting first. All right. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Be right back.
And now, your 2021 Colorado Rockies. Leading off tonight for the Angels, the second baseman, David Fletcher.
Not much for pregame festivities, huh?
First pitch.
All right, David Fletcher. We're up against Herman Marquez. How consistent do you think Ohtani can be over his career? I don't know, but I hope that he can do both pitching and hitting for a long time. Just something we haven't really seen.
Batting second, the first baseman.
Yeah, the graphics I think look a bit better, and I think the animations are pretty fluid. Overall, I think it's a very visually appealing game. So, fastball, knuckle curve, slider, sinker, changeup. Just a little bit of everything. Yeah, I will stream some more MLB. I'm looking to do more tomorrow. Oh, it hit him! Runner aboard for Mike Trout. I would pick the Tigers over the Royals, who I like more. I just like the Tigers roster a bit more. Not that I think they're necessarily better, but if I were to pick one to do a franchise with, I'd probably pick the Tigers. Build around Akil Baddoo and stop batting him 7th. Is Create a Stadium the main draw? Gameplay changed? Gameplay isn't totally different. They've had a pretty good foundation here for a long time. The Create a Stadium is a big draw for sure. Ah, I tried to check my swing there. Really tried to. 2-2 to Trout. Laying off that one. Hesitated too much there. I've seen the knuckle curve, kind of waiting for something off speed or something. Wasn't expecting the fastball at 98. Or the one at 97 right over the heart of the plate. Okay, that one I was early on. How many fastballs over the middle can I get? That's a towering fly. This one will not exit. Trying to find a smaller market team to cheer for. Who do y'all think I should adopt as my team? Just now getting into MLB. What's a good smaller market team? Here's Anthony Rendon. Kind of an ugly jammed pop-up into shallow right. Mariners are more of a mid-market. And now we get Shohei Ohtani. I'm in the way of his stats. I think those are his pitching stats from last year. Yeah, 2020 stats. Raimel Tapia.
Leading up for the Rockies, the left fielder, Raimel Tapia.
I gotta say, that's a pretty good representation of his batting stance. That's like... That's it. They nailed his stance.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 1.
Garrett Hampson, Trevor Story. They added CJ Crone. McMahon's got some pop. Jammed them. Smaller market team to check out, though. What about... I just thought of Toronto as a smaller market. Probably not. How big is Toronto? Because, like, compared to, like, LA, Chicago, Houston, New York, it's got to be a lot smaller, right? I have no idea how many people live in Toronto. We walk Story. We play it safe here.
Batting fourth, the right fielder.
Toronto population, 3 million. Okay, not small market at all. I thought it was a lot smaller. I mean, Canada doesn't have as many people, but they're all in Toronto apparently. I didn't think it was like a 500,000 or anything. I thought it was maybe like 1.5. Guess not. Alright, so what's another smaller market? What about like Baltimore?
The left fielder, number 10, Justin Updale.
Shouldn't have jumped on that first pitch. Twins considered small market? I think I read yesterday they're like 12th or 13th biggest market in the country, so they're more mid. Similar size to Seattle. Yeah, Cincinnati would be a little bit smaller. Yeah, St. Louis is probably an option as well because they're split with Kansas City in that region. I play on All-Star right now. I plan to get back to Hall of Fame, but probably not ready for that at the moment. Oh, crushed it. Fowler to right field. And there is your first Coors Field blast of the day. I won't be the Dodgers in my franchise. There wouldn't be enough to do. I mean, that team has been missing Cody Bellinger, and I forgot. Like, the team is still really good. They don't even need Cody Bellinger. They're going to have him back at some point. I know that yesterday, though, the report came out. What was it? Hairline fracture in, what was it, his tibia? I have no idea, like, timetable on that kind of thing. But it sounded pretty serious. Yeah, Fowler, unfortunately, out for this season. But back to who was talking earlier about a smaller market team. Like, if you're considering some of the mid-market teams, I think Seattle's got a good blend of, like, fun plus work you got to do to build them up. You know what? Why'd I have Ohtani? Well, when the Angels bat Ohtani on days he pitches, where in the order are they putting him? Because after Ohtani's gone, then it's a pitcher's spot. I think I'd still bat him where he normally does. I think second. Although, do you want the pitcher's spot up permanently before Trout? They bat him 9. You can probably get away with that. I mean, you still got Trout and Rendon more at the top. It kind of balances out the lineup. You can do a double switch, yes. We're running up this pitch count for Marquez. 33 right now. Oh, I thought I was going to be low. Yeah, the double switch gives you flexibility then to manipulate the order. Yeah, I did know that Kershaw and Stafford went to high school together. That's pretty wild. Two guys with pretty good arms going to the same school. I also learned the other day that Kyle Trask for Florida backed up De'Aaron King in high school, and that's why, part of why he didn't have a lot of interest going into college. He didn't play. Come on, I want to see this 100-mile-per-hour fastball. 98. Walked him. Would you consider a Braves series? They've been my team since I was 5, and hardly anyone does a series with them. I don't know if I'll be considering the Braves. I might want more of a project. I do like a lot of the stuff they have going for them, but it might not be enough of a project for me. I will say there is another team in Atlanta that could be a candidate for a series that I do soon. We'll see. Okay, my fielding also, my throwing accuracy here has not been very good.
The third baseman.
Nobody out here. I need something on the ground. Texan stream today. Going to my favorite southern restaurant later. Super excited. What you having? Who do I think the Falcons take? Honestly, I think it's going to be Kyle Pitts. As much as they've tried over the years with first-round picks on defense, getting Dan Quinn. Oh boy, that's going a long way. They'll stay in the park, but 2 are going to score. As much as they've tried, like, that is a team, they are an offensive football team. You got Matt Ryan, it's kind of his last hurrah. You got a few more years. You got Julio Jones. I think you got to do everything you can to make sure this offense is top tier, and I would go Kyle Pitts. You got Ridley, Julio. Your defense isn't going to be fixed by the first round. You got too much to do there. The Falcons are a team built to win 31-28. So you do that by getting a new offensive head coach like they did, and then you take Kyle Pitts at 4. He's a very unique player. And he's a lot more than just a tight end. Man. I don't feel like the Royals are going to make the playoffs. I would not predict that anyway.
Batting ninth. The pitcher. Hit him off.
Oh, that's hammered out to left center field. When I played the Twins franchise, it always felt like the pitching was a little too easy, and now I'm finding this to be really challenging. I'm having trouble with the fielding even. Let me make sure I'm on All-Star everything. All-Star hitting, pitching, simulation. Yeah.
The left field. Revolve. Tapia.
Not having a great outing here with Ohtani, unfortunately. Oh, the pitcher just did that? That was Marquez? He can hit, though, a little bit, can he? Isn't he one of the better hitting pitchers? Trying to make some competitive gameplay here for you. There we go. Got him out in front. Jimmy G to the Pats. I feel like if that was going to happen, it would have already happened. And they got Cam signed, so I don't really see the point of Cam plus Jimmy on the same roster. I think Cam plus a rookie makes the most sense. And I've thought now all offseason, ever since they were so aggressive going after veterans, that they were putting themselves in a situation to trade up for a quarterback. Fill all your pressing needs with free agents, run it back, improve the offense, get your defense back again, and then try to find the next quarterback of the future. So, Raiden, in the National League, it's just a rule that pitchers hit. It's not because they want to. The Angels are the exception. They play in the American League, where there's a designated hitter. And you never see pitchers hit. But Shohei Ohtani is a unique player, and he can hit and pitch at a high level, so they don't want him to just pick one or the other. But in the National League, everybody's pitcher hits. Alright, so we're going to strike out the side at least. Do I believe the Mac Jones to San Francisco hype? The entire time I felt like it's got to be Fields. And I think I'm going to stick with that. I just think that you didn't have to get up to 3 to get Jones. And I think that, you know, Justin Fields is a much more intriguing quarterback prospect. All right, Ohtani, we can get one of these runs back. Swung through that fastball. No, 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 I don't want to swing at that one. What if the Bears traded for Jimmy G? Oh, man. Reggie Carter or Mario Townsend? Matthew, I'd say Carter's the better player. Townsend's the more versatile player.
Now batting, the first baseman, Jared.
Reggie Carter was pretty special in that series. What are my thoughts on the Lions and their draft situation? I think if Sewell or Chase is there, we take him. If not, trade down. I agree. If you have a chance at a blue chip player, you got to take him. But they're at 7, I believe it is. So it's iffy. And their roster is certainly not deep. I think they benefit more from having more picks. Because receiver makes sense. There's a million of them. They took Jeff Okuda early last year. I still think that it wouldn't be a bad idea to take cornerback early this year, too. But I think, you know, the Lions can consider pretty much everything. The roster needs a lot of work. As a Lions fan, I'm in love with Devontae. Jamar will probably be better, but Devontae is just great too. Oh yeah, I think it's you know, pretty tough to pick between Chase and Smith. The only thing that I think would worry me about Devontae Smith is just the history of receivers that are, you know, a lot lighter. You know, he's like 170 pounds, and you always worry about durability. And the season's only getting longer. I mean, they added on a game this year. And by the way, I predict they're going to add more eventually over time. I wouldn't be surprised. It'll take a while to get there, but I think that we could see them go to a 20-game schedule. I think at that point you'd be in a situation like the NBA where some guys just rest. Think about it right now. Anybody like the Buccaneers, you know, wild card to the Super Bowl. They played 20 games. Now, obviously, 20-plus playoffs is even more of a grind, but they want to add on games. And as far, like, the players don't have guaranteed contracts. That's one of the things that still baffles me. And I can't see them bargaining for it without, like, increasing games further. I don't necessarily believe there should be a 20-game schedule. I was quite content with 16.
Second baseman, Ryan McMahon.
But if they want to pump the numbers up every year, and you know they do, adding on games is the easiest way to do it. What did people think when the league went from 14 to 16? Were there people thinking 14 was enough? Probably. What should the Packers do in the draft? I really think what the Packers have to do, honestly, is take like 4 long snappers and make sure that position is solidified. Get like 4 long snappers, have a nice preseason battle. Call it a day. Realistically speaking, the Packers need to add a receiver still. Justin Upton to right field. This one's got carry. And it's going to get over the head of Charlie Blackmon. And I hope Upton can get to second base. He will. There we go.
Up next for the Angels.
Still think Packers got to add a playmaker. If they draft Rondale Moore, I might not watch the season. You know, I'm still getting through some of the draft info. I don't really have time to watch all the prospects like I would want to. A handful of years ago, I watched a lot of like prospect stuff. I dedicated so much time to it. Oh, man. So I'm watching a lot of videos on YouTube. That Franchise guy's videos are really good for, like, if you got to cram for the draft like it's a science test. I mean, I like his stuff a lot. I'll be watching his and Bengal, C4, Brett Coleman, all those guys. And I'll watch a little bit of what I can. Just hard to find the time to do it right. Oh yeah, Bengal loves Waddle a lot. So that's probably going to get us at least one. Advance. Upton to third. Gotta run. Kane, are you into sports cards? Not at the moment. I'm interested. One of the big reasons why I'm not getting into it right now is just because of like the added clutter and everything. Like, I'm interested in like getting into the cards, like obviously the money making investing side of it. I've gotten to see just what that's become. I think it would be fun to get into. I'd have to learn more about how it all works, because I really wouldn't want to keep, like, cards I didn't really care about. For sure, I'd love to collect cards of my favorite players and whatnot, and to have a cool collection to build. But what's, like, a good thing to do with the extras? The stuff that, like, isn't valuable, isn't, like, players I'm big fans of. Dwayne Eskridge, is he the running back or a receiver? Because the Gophers had a player named Eskridge at running back a handful of years ago. I think Eskridge plays receiver. I know I read one of his scouting reports. Clearly, I didn't read it well enough. I'm playing on PlayStation 5 right now. That's the tough part. You sit on a lot of those, can flip them super cheap on eBay or local card stores. Yeah, I think I would be interested a bit in that. I have some cards here that are older. I mean, I haven't bought sports cards in a while. And I know from experience just how they can take up space. And, you know, I like to have a binder of, like, my favorite cards and whatnot. But I try to be a bit more minimal. Like, I look around me, I do see some clutter. I'm trying to declutter, though. I want to be a bit more minimalist. And so if there was, like, an easy way to, like, part ways with cards I didn't want and maybe get some of my money back for it, I'd also be interested in that. I know, like, you're not going to make a lot of money on, like, cards no one cares about, or, like, a lot of them just don't have a lot of value. But if you can get, like, a little bit back and just kind of put it back into the hobby, I guess I have to see a bit more of if I can get out of it what I want. There you go. I am very lucky to have a PS5, yes. I was very unlucky, and then I got very lucky. Have a good one, Benjamin. Enjoy the game. Receiver from Western Michigan. Okay. All right, Ohtani. We've settled in on the mound today. Now we got to get some runs. 4-2. Oh, my. If I'm early on the fastball, though, that tells me my timing. I'd rather be early than late. When I'm late on pitches, that's when I know something's way off. If I'm early, I just got to dial it back a little bit. It's easier to dial it back than dial it up with me. I have seen a little bit of the top shot. Yeah, I haven't done it myself, but I've seen what people are doing with that. No! Slider up, and it's not even leaving the infield. Oh. Remember when Aaron Judge and Stanton were the next big thing? Now it's Machado and Tatis, or Betts and Bellinger, or Betts and anybody else on that team. I think the main thing with the Yankees is just, like, staying healthy. I know that those guys have missed a lot of time in recent years, and right now they're both healthy, but the team just isn't playing all that well. What do I look for in corners? I look for the corner to not be afraid to tackle and not just try to ankle tackle. I don't focus too much on tackling unless I think they're going to be more of a slot corner. I mean, tackling's a plus, but you got to have the cover talent. When I'm looking at corners, I like to see guys that play aggressive and confident. I like to see guys that are very aggressive in press. And I want to see guys that are confident enough to turn their back and play the receiver, but understand still how to read the receiver's body language and put them in a position to make plays on the football, even when they're not just looking at the quarterback the entire time. Like, ball skills are paramount, and aggressiveness. Trout with a drive, and we should have a run. Oh, it didn't go that far, actually. Scratch that. How's it going, Kane? Impressions so far? I love it. I'm having a good time with the game. My pitching has been pretty horrendous, but, you know, it's the show. I love playing the show, and I'm having a good time. Oh, my. It's foul, right? 2.9 feet outside of pole. See that lower right corner? Love that. Getting some strikeouts here with Ohtani. We're turning this around. That's 8 strikeouts.
Now batting.
Losing Curtis Samuel hurt, but they have talent. Yeah, I love Curtis Samuel. Panthers still got a really good offense. I do think that they do need to add a playmaker. It's good to have a third option in the passing game, besides the running back, of course. I mean, McCaffrey, Moore, Anderson, solid, but they're going to run 3 receivers. You want that third receiver to be more than a decoy. So, I think a receiver on day 2 makes sense for Carolina. Or a move at tight end. They don't really use their tight ends a lot. I don't know if it's just the scheme or they don't like Ian Thomas, but like Thomas was legit catching 2 passes a game last year. And that was a good week. Try not throwing a pitch for a minute or two. Oh, you want to see like the scenes it creates? If you don't throw a pitch, usually it triggers some weird events. Yeah, they always have stuff like that. So we'll see how long it takes for one to happen here. My buddy back home pulled Trout launch night. That's pretty sweet. Oh. By the way, stream is sponsored by PlayStation in San Diego Studios. They did give me a copy of the game, and I was wearing a shirt they gave me yesterday. They also gave me this. I'm a big fan of this. It's very similar to the other one I have, but I don't need a straw to drink out of this one. Let's get back to the game. Ripped it. Don't miss it. How is Road to the Show in this? Changed anything in 4 years? I don't know a lot about Road to the Show in this game. But it sounds to me like a lot of it kind of got merged with Diamond Dynasty, and a lot of core Road to the Show players don't like that. But I don't know a lot about Road to the Show right now. I need to get somebody warm. Let's go with Steve. No, not with that 319 versus righties. Tony Watson, throwback to the Twins franchise. Can I get one more strikeout here with Ohtani? 5 solid innings in Coors. I mean, 5 innings, 4 runs in Coors isn't the worst. Pitching around him in Story a little bit. CJ Crone. Had a really good year with the Twins a couple years ago. Can't find the strike zone. McMahon on deck. I'm around the strike zone, just can't get any close calls. This is a very critical at-bat. I don't think Watson's ready yet. We gotta let Ohtani finish this one. I don't know where we are in the lineup, but if he can have another at-bat, that'd be really nice. Trout was up last, so we'd have to have a pretty good inning to see him in the 6th inning. Let's see if we can finish this out at least. 4-2, keep it close. Ohtani finishes 5 is the goal. Opposite side of the plate, but it found the corner. All right. Breaking ball, Ohtani. Got him swinging! Let's go! Out of the bases loaded jam. Shohei Ohtani. That's 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. He's got good stuff. That's a big strikeout. All right, let's get to Ohtani. We got 4, 5, 6. We got to get a few hits in here. Marquez still on the mound. He is at 71 pitches. We have 4 hits off of him, 1 home run. Marquez is good. I'd like to get him out of the game soon. Oh, well, I got it through. Just wanted that to be hit a little further. All right, Justin Upton. Tried to do what he did last night. Right there. That was a breaking ball, though, a slow one. Talking about the grand slam he hit last night against the Twins. All right. That's 1 down. Now we got Dexter Fowler, who already went yard earlier. Get going to second base, taking the double play out of the equation, and that was a pretty good bounce off the backstop. All right, runner in scoring position now. Fowler needs to at least advance him here. And we're seeing Marquez start to lose command a little bit. In the air to center. Not what we want. All right. We still have to get to the 9 spot if Ohtani's going to hit again. Can I get hits with Iglesias and Stassi? Well, that's a drive. I mean, it's going to go a long way to left field, and it's caught on the track. Gave it a ride. All right. Unfortunately, that's going to be it for Ohtani.
Leading up for the Rockies, the third baseman,
Feels like they've changed the overall scale a lot. That or I just keep playing with teams that don't have great relievers. But most relievers I found are in like the 60s and 70s. Got Tony Watson here. That's a lazy fly to center.
the catcher, number 35, Diaz.
Can't cut it off. That's extra bases. Trout with great speed gets to it. And now got to probably see a bunt here from Marquez, I'd imagine. No, but he's going to have a productive out. All right, so they're going to try to have Raimel Tapia get The RBI, lefty here, Tapia against lefties. 72 contact, 44 power, so no difference lefty to righty with him. And we got 2 quick strikes. 0 for 3 on the night. I'm getting a lot more comfortable with my pitching now that I'm not just throwing everything in the zone or trying to paint a corner every time. Come on. 1 and 2. Still got something to work with. Let's try to break his bat rate here, all right? Oh, how do you lay off all these pitches? There you go. Change up, got him. It's still 4-2. Throwing some big strikeouts in this one.
Leading off for the Angels, the catcher, Max.
Yep, Texans stream will be a little bit after this one's over, and I'll end this stream after this game. Fly ball, deep to center, going a bit deeper than I thought, but not deep enough. All right, we're going to bring in... Do I want to bring in Pujols now or maybe later? No one's on base or anything. I'll save Albert for the next time. Let's get some speed. Let's go Taylor Ward.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Kane, I've been watching since UTSA. First chance I've had to donate. Thanks for all the content over the years. Thank you for that, Dalton. I appreciate that very much. Since the UTSA days. Marquez going strong, though, trying to complete 7. And now a 1-2 count to Taylor Ward. Good knuckle curve. 6 strikeout. Timing was just a bit early on that one. And now Fletcher with 2 away. That's a line drive into left center field, and that will split the gap. We'll have a 2-out extra base hit. Fletcher gonna try to stretch this one. Safe at third. Can we get him home now? Can we get him home? I thought it was a little risky, but it took him a while to get to the ball. Went all the way into that corner. Jared Walsh, who has power. A lot of it. Time called. 80 power versus righties with Jared Walsh. A bit out in front that time. Oh, I don't have to chase that sinker. Oh, 1-2 now to Walsh. A little high. Full count. Trout on deck. Upstairs, driven to right center field. No. That was probably going to be out of the zone. 7 solid innings for Herman Marquez. We are going to bring in Junior Guerra.
Your attention, please.
And we're going to
Number 41.
have Mike Trout lead off the next inning. Okay. Trying to bunt for a hit.
The center field.
97 speed. Hampson can fly. Let's make him earn it. Was just starting to think about AJ Ray and wanted to say thanks. I appreciate that, Carter. AJ Ray. He was fun. Let's go. Nice sequence there.
Now batting. Shortstop. Trevor. Story.
Ooh. Got the call. Haven't gotten that call very much. Alright, we're trying to go quick here. Pace of play. There goes my immaculate inning. Come on, Story. Bouncer to third. It gets past. After all those fouls. Yeah, I'm getting the hang of the pitching now. I'm
Now batting. Right fielder. Charlie.
definitely doing a better job of not throwing meatballs. There we go. Starting to throw some really good pitches. All right, change up in the dirt. Or a curveball. I don't know how you lay off that. Can I step off? I don't want this pitch. Runner goes. Story's going to have second. Ooh, don't go into center. I haven't had that show up that much. He knew I wanted to go curveball in the dirt. Full count here to Charlie Blackmon. Had a lot of fun with him in the Twins franchise. And now a bouncer to second. All right, Crohn's walked twice. And now at 2-0. In the air to right. Shouldn't be a problem. To the 8th we go. We got to close this gap. Had a big home run earlier, and now we'll face Michael Givens. Pretty good numbers last year. And now we get Trout leading off. Got to make this at-bat count. So we got a fastball here at 96, a changeup and a slider, and Trout has struggled historically against Givens. He just said 0 for 7, 4 strikeouts. I think it'd be fun to do a blend there of custom players and free agents if you're making your own team. All right, Trout ahead in the count here with Rendon on deck. How much I missed it by? Not much. And we draw the leadoff walk with Trout. That brings up Rendon, who has a pair of singles. 2 of our 6 hits have come from Anthony Rendon. Try to jump all over that change. Favorite running back in this class? It's hard to split between the top 2 for me. I think ETN's going to be really, really good, but I think Najee Harris probably has a higher ceiling and a higher floor. Ah. What can Justin Upton do? Bouncer up the middle, and that is going to be 2. So we have to get this done now in the 9th.
Leading up for the Rockies, the second baseman, Ryan McMahon.
I do think ETN's going to be really good, though. I'm really excited to see him get in the league and hopefully on a good team. On the ground.
Up next for Colorado, the third baseman, Fuentes.
Fuentes with the base hit. Maybe we'll bring in another pitcher here. That's 26 pitches. That's enough.
The catcher, number 35, Elias Diaz. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Angels, number 58, Alex Claudio.
James Conner to the Cards. Yeah, I don't really have a hard opinion either way. I think Connor's a decent running back. He can contribute in the passing game. Nope. I wouldn't expect like a huge year or anything. Just kind of a solid signing.
The pitcher, your attention please. Pinch hitting for the Rockies,
And they bring in Chris Owings to pinch hit. But I do like the fit with Connor there. One, because he does have the ability to catch the football. And with how much they spread the field out, it's always nice to have somebody that can grind a bit more between the tackles. And that's not Kenyon Drake's game.
Now pitching for the Rockies, 52.
So he could see a lot more soft boxes playing in that offense. All right, we got Daniel Bard in the game. It's the 9th. We're trying to close the gap. Went yard once with Dexter Fowler, my only home run. Fowler pounds this one into the ground, and he is retired. Jose Iglesias. Behind 0-2 to Bard. Trying to battle. How do I distribute playing time in an MLB franchise? I mean, like how much I use my bench players and how much I rotate those guys? I mean, it depends how good they are, honestly. And if I'm trying to develop them, then I'll play them a bit more. But I generally try to play it safe with guys and their energy, and I give them off days. I try to have at least one guy that's a good utility player that can fill in for anybody. So whenever guys get down to like half energy, I try to, you know, give them an off day or something. Alright, we can bring in Suzuki if we can get to the bottom of the ninth. Let's pinch hit. Let's bring in Albert. Albert Pujols. Off the bench, here we go. Stream's going really well. It's been a lot of fun. We're about done here, but we'll see if Albert Pujols... Oh, I thought we had 2 outs. I feel a little bit better now. Although Pujols... I shouldn't have swung at that. Could bounce into a double play. Hope it doesn't happen. And Pujols lines one into the corner. And he is going to round first. We'll wave the runner home. And it's an RBI double for Pujols. Now that brings up the pitcher's spot. And ooh, I'm going to have to rotate some positions around if we can get to the bottom of the ninth probably. Oh, no, I have more bench players here. But Suzuki has the contact. 58. We're just going to bring in Kurt Suzuki here. Oh, yeah, I do need a pinch run for Albert. Substitution. Pujols. Let's get Lagares out there. Base hit could score him, potentially. All right, we got 1. One more run, please. Missing outside again. Bard has fallen behind with Fletcher on deck. A very good contact hitter. Oh, I got jammed. Suzuki not happy about it. 2 down. But there's still David Fletcher. He got a triple earlier with 2 away. I was so close to catching up to that 1-2 of Suzuki. And here's Fletcher now. Fletcher, right center field. This one will be caught and the game is over. Got a good pitch to drive there. Couldn't let that one go. Rockies win 4-3. That was a fun game. Still got to get a little more comfortable. This is my second full game I've played in like the last year on the show, keep in mind. I played like a half game last night, getting more comfortable again. That was fun. I had a really good time. Almost made it interesting.
The final line score for our ball game tonight.
Had 9 strikeouts with Ohtani, 4 walks, 4 runs, 4
No
hits.
errors. They left 9 runners on base. For the Angels, 3 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. They left 8 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 8 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
That was pretty fun. Oh, is that the triple? Oh, that's the fly ball. That's the start the game. I just like this pitch. That's why I swung at it. Thought it was a good pitch to hit. Just could not reach. It was a decent swing, though. All right, everybody. That is going to do it for this stream today. I'll be streaming the show again tomorrow. I've enjoyed these streams. They've been a lot of fun. And, no, I don't know my franchise team yet, but just getting back into playing the show. Want to have some fun with these live streams over the weekend, and then we'll figure it out. But I'll be live here in a little bit on my second channel. I'd say in the next probably 20-30 minutes or so, I'll be live there doing Houston Texans stuff. So if you want to watch more of me today live, you can go to my second channel, youtube.com/MrHurricaneLP. I will put a link in the chat here, and you can make sure you're subscribed and go from there. Want to get this linked? Yep, Texans here in just a couple minutes. Well, like 20-30, I'd say. Thanks for coming, guys. Have a good weekend. I will see you all later.